Hello everyone, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here. In this video we are going to see how to use the LTD while you're Italian fiscal resident and how this is supposed to be work without falling into the famous estrovestizione, or in English known as tax inversion. So if you're new in this channel, ESENtaxa talks about the Italian fiscal system, how to optimize a long fiscal optimization plan when you relocate to Italy, and we also discuss about all the unfamiliar fiscal system or unfamiliar tax schemes which are quite favorable and you're maybe not aware of. And we also talk about the way of cross-check different fiscal systems between Italy and other countries in Europe. So if you like this content, please subscribe to the channel, because in this way you will be always notified and you will see new content for free about these subjects. And notification bell, and please like button to help us grow. Now, going to the topic. We have the famous LTD, which is the most used entity, the most used juridical entity for your business. Most likely you're running an LTD because you're running a business online, you're working as a drop shipping. It's the most easiest and more simple in terms of bureaucracy opening an LTD in UK. So that's the reason why it's one of the most chosen type of company that you can use and to operate internationally. And also because the UK has a good reputation. So when you present yourself, when you present your business with an LTD incorporated in the UK, of course, have a company from a stable country with a very nice reputation. But what if you want to move to Italy and you are the administrator of this company and you want to keep your business abroad through this UK LTD? First of all, we have to keep in mind that the corporate tax of the LTD is 19%. So a UK LTD has a corporate tax of 19%, while if you open and incorporate an SRL, an Italian limited liability company, so an Italian SRL, the corporate tax starts from 24% plus around 3.3% or 9% of IRAP. So as you can see here, there is a big difference already starting at the level of the corporate tax, which makes more convenient running a business using your existing LTD if you want to relocate to Italy. Now, the problem is the following. You cannot run a foreign company in Italy and pay taxes in UK. Right? So that's the point. So if you want to use your existing LTD in Italy, this is possible. But the thing is that you have to register your LTD in Italy as an SRL. So it keeps, let's say, this is Italy, Italian jurisdiction, this is UK jurisdiction. If you want to operate in Italy with the LTD, this company has to be registered in Italy. So will be still an LTD, but with a partita IVA position. So you have the Italian business number associated to it. And then the LTD for all the business and the revenue generated in Italy has to pay this amount of taxes. Okay? So this would be exactly the best way and the correct way to use your existing LTD if you want to move to Italy. So from the taxation point of view, nothing changed. The only difference is that you can keep your name and the juridical incorporation instead of having the SRL. Of course, having an LTD, it's more easy in terms of creating it, because you create this LTD in UK, you don't have to pass through the notary as it is mandatory in Italy. And so it's a less expensive company at the moment of startup the business. So this is the case which you're supposed to follow, okay? There are also other cases where you want to live in Italy as administrator of this company. So let's imagine this scenario. You have your LTD running a business abroad, but you as a physical person, you're living in Italy and you possess the entire share of this LTD, okay? So you as a person, you will be Italian fiscal resident, but your LTD keeps the fiscal residency in UK, okay? So for the United Kingdom point of view, this is fine, perfectly fine. You can keep running your business abroad. The problem is the Italian tax authority, that if you are the administrator of the company and your company is running an online business, it means that all the decisions and all the actions to run the company, to run the business, which call in the correct terminology the place of effective management, is from Italy, because you are the only person working on this company. This is a classical situation. You are the only person working in this company, you're taking the most important decision, so the place of effective management is in Italy. Then the Italian tax agency might qualify this company as an SRL, and then you are obliged to pay the Italian taxes. But the problem is that if the Italian tax authority recognized after some years that you're using your abuse of using an LTD abroad just to avoid paying the Italian taxes, you have to pay them all back, plus fine, plus interest. So it's going to be a mess afterwards. And also the declaration that you didn't deposit your books and this kind of thing. So it's going to be a problem. So what are the cases where you actually want to live in Italy as a physical person and you want to keep your business abroad without having the risk of seeing your company requalified as an Italian one? So which means basically avoid the estrovestizione or avoiding tax inversion. The first case is when you have economical substance. You can keep your company abroad, and your company is generally abroad because below this company there are some shops, some business that has to be run only in UK or in another country. So then you have all the proof to show to eventually to the Italian tax agency that the company that you have abroad is not incorporated just because it wants to avoid Italian taxes. Okay? So, and this can be proved only through the economical substance. Okay? The second case is when actually you don't possess entirely your company. Okay? So you don't possess more than 50% of your shares. Okay? So you, as administrator of the company, you should not, first of all, you should not be the administrator. You're supposed to delegate the administration activity to someone else in UK. And the other thing is to renounce to half of the shares in order to do not give the impression to the Italian tax agency that you control the company and de facto, so effectively, you're doing the business, you're doing the place of effective management from Italy. There is a third case when you are high net worth individual and then in Italy apply for the famous 100k flat tax. So this specific regime allows you to have an exception. So in this case, you can have a foreign company which runs abroad and you don't have automatically the problem of seeing your company requalified as an Italian one. Okay? So apply the high net worth individual 100k flat scheme, but this is for millionaires, then you can skip also this problem. There are also some other hybrid situations in which you can basically apply for this schema. If you want to know more, if you want to check your personal situation because you have an LTD or also another foreign company, an LCC, a company incorporated in another country, and you want to stay in Italy and you are the administrator of this company, we have to arrange a solution to avoid these kind of problems. Maybe you have a specific situation, you run a type of business that might be considered as a substantial economical object, or you can basically delegate parts of your company to someone else. Or simply you apply for this schema, or you have still a different scenarios that we can analyze together. In the description below the video, you will see the link to our consultancy services. If you want to know more about these strategies, please contact us and we will be happy to help you and provide a consultation on this subject. Moreover, another thing that we have to consider is that having an LTD is very advantageous because when you withdraw your dividends and you are not resident, not UK resident, because maybe you moved to Italy, the LTD doesn't withhold any taxes. So you have 0% withholding tax for not resident, which means that the dividends will be taxed only in Italy at the flat rate of 26%. So the dividends in Italy, the foreign dividends coming from abroad in Italy are taxed at the rate of 26%, okay? While if you have another company incorporated in another jurisdiction where, for example, in Belgium, Belgium keeps 15% as withholding tax and what remains will be taxed in Italy at 26%. So be careful about the convention signed between Italy and the country where you have incorporated your company, because if you are thinking to withdraw your salary through the dividends, you might have bad surprises because you have to pay taxes twice. There is not a tax credit system here, it's just a mitigation system, but you still have to pay a slice of these dividends in a country where you're withdrawing the money and the country where you're living, which is in this case, for example, Italy. But the UK limited companies, they don't have this problem because they give you back the dividend for non-resident as 0%. So as you can see, that's a good instrument for the dividends as well. I hope it was clear. If you have any questions, again, you have also in the description below our email. So for any question, any doubt, you can write us. And see you to the next video. Bye.